Okay, here we are diving into Rabbu. Emir, thanks for coming on here. Excited to chat more about your program, your software, and everything you do to help short-term rental investors.
Absolutely, Taylor. Thanks for having me, man. Always happy to share our story with the public.
So tell me, for people who aren't familiar, what is Rabbu?
Yeah, best way to think about us is if you were to take Zillow and Airbnb and you made a baby, you'd get Rabbu. So what we do is we've built out a marketplace that helps investors and vacation home buyers find, buy, and sell vacation homes. There's really no great place out there to transact on a vacation rental or a short-term rental. You can find properties on Zillow, you can get great data from Airbnb, but nothing that really brings it together. And that's what we're solving for. We built the platform completely free to use, like Zillow is. Lots of free data on a very similar level as you'd find on Airbnb, but we combine that directly with the real estate itself. So the goal of the platform is we want to educate people with free data, which we think the space needs, give them all the tools that they need to make an educated decision. And then the last part, and probably most importantly, is we then connect them with local resources who can then help them acquire that asset. So the local real estate agents who are focused on short-term rentals, the lenders that actually provide loans based on short-term rental revenue. So we really want to be that kind of destination. If you're looking to buy, we give you all the data. And then when you're looking to sell, if you really want to get your property in front of an audience of high intent, highly engaged short-term rentals investors and vacation home buyers, we're the best place to list it because that's what our user base is.
And what's your background for people, who don't know you? I obviously am very familiar with you, but tell us to me about your background, how you got into this and why you did start Rabbu ultimately.
Yeah, I appreciate the question. So my background is actually used to be a civil engineer, did the civil engineering thing for a handful of years I graduated in 2008 and just didn't enjoy it. So I joined a local tech startup. We're based in Charlotte, North Carolina. I joined a local tech startup that was originally based around technology. I'm originally technology for soccer. I'm originally from Europe. So soccer is like in my DNA, right? That's all we do in Europe, right? Just play soccer and eat and drink. So I joined that startup here, ended up being the VP of operations when that company got acquired by NBC Universal. So I was at NBC Universal when I started to think about what I wanted to do next. Around that same time period, my wife and I purchased a home here in Charlotte that had a detached garage and a room above the garage. And this was like 2015-ish time frame. So pretty early on, still in kind of the life cycle of Airbnbs and short-term rentals. And we made this little 200 square foot room above our garage in Airbnb, just hoping to make some discretionary income. We had just had a second child. We're like, hey, you'll learn this soon, having daycare is expensive. So like, maybe I'll offset some daycare costs. And next thing we know, this little 200 square foot room above our garage is making enough money to pay the mortgage on our house. So we actually started house hacking, not on purpose. So It was great. So we went out and got a handful of more properties, all performed exceptionally well. And that's when we realized how kind of disjointed the space was. So Rabbu actually started off with the goal of helping others not just find properties, but also manage them. So we actually started off managing properties really up until 2023. We managed properties all across the United States, had over 600 properties that we managed and ranged from single family homes to small multi-family buildings to hotels in Miami Beach to, mansions in Malibu, really all over the place. So really kind of understood the ins and outs of the short-term rental space from what it took to find a property, to acquire it, and then most importantly to operate it. And in May of 2023, we got out of property management completely for various reasons, including it's just hard. And we thought there was a big opportunity for us in being kind of the data provider and marketplace for short-term rentals. So we made that transition in May. And here we are now.
Awesome. Well, great, guys. If you would love to learn more about data, buying, selling short-term rentals, make sure to go to rabbu.com.